who is our one and only reporter on what is happening on our roads. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
I always love your reporting stories. I love what you're doing for Ghana. Let's talk a little bit about some of these road accidents that have been happening, the carnages, all of that. You have been on the road. Tell us what you've been seeing.
The past week was one that is really, really disturbing. You know, we just gave out another school again, finished work, so it really kept me on the road like 1 month, back to back, sometimes 5 times a week.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. And I'm seeing too much. Can you imagine a few days ago on this stretch of Flower Road, 5 accidents in 3 days. I mean, fatal ones. And they were actually induced by careless motorcycle riders. You understand? A few days ago, we heard about the police, the
Bulon car.
Well, I must say the new IGP is somebody I really have some.
Before you continue, I just want to say that there's viewer discretion on the pictures that are showing. So please pardon and bear with us. Unfortunately, there's some viewer discretion. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that is important. Ghanaians only learn by accident. So when they see things like this, then they
exactly.
learn.
But we have to caution them as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I have so much respect for the current IGP because this man, I don't know why I love him so much, but I see him doing something great. Okay, he is doing his best, but the men on the ground are the problem. A few days ago, I was riding my motorcycle to Accra very early, and I saw a motorcyclist, a policeman, on one of these, their new Honda 650cc. I knew something was wrong with this policeman. He had a pistol by his side and a communicator. And as he was riding towards Rollins Park, he was trying to move something out of his pocket. I was asking, why is he doing that? He was going between 2 vehicles. He nearly scratched them. Wow. He survived that one. But just after the light, he still tried to take out something, which was a handkerchief, to wipe his face.
While he was riding?
Yes, and he bumped into a taxi. So I knew something was wrong with this policeman. So since he's carrying a gun, you know, gun and substances don't mix, so you must be careful how you approach. So I just went over and I said, bro, are you very tired? Then he said, yes, I'm very, very tired. I want to go and park the bike. But then the thing is, 7:30 a.m., what made you tired? And you trying to wipe your face, this cold weather, what is going on? Okay, I didn't smell alcohol on him, but it could be anything. And this is where I asked the police administration really to do thorough, psychological evaluation and, medical tests on our men. I respect men in our blue coat. We need to protect them. But there are too many of them on alcohol. These I can testify. I mean, I ride.
You've seen them on the road?
Too much. And at night, one time on the Kporha road, on these hills, all right, there was a night check. And the policeman holding an assault rifle, AK-47, was down, drawn in alcohol. Night. And I mean, he was smelling of alcohol. It was terrible. I was scared. This is someone who is holding an assault rifle. And I see many of them like that. Drunk. Okay. The officers are fine gentlemen. There are some also junior ranks that are great fine officers, but the majority are really tarnishing the image.
They need psychological help.
They need it badly. What about, did you see that video of the policeman also with AK-47 and a trotro who was finished on alcohol?
I saw it.
Horrifying.
I saw it.
Alcohol and guns don't mix. They don't mix at all. You see? So if we're talking about the bullion van crash, what happened? What caused the crash? One time we were returning from the north. The president was supposed to be somewhere at the north. And then after Tuyabodong, we saw the aid, okay? The president was not in that convoy. They had spread over the road, speeding at presidential speed, okay? Something caught my attention. There was these mining trucks that were also going. Fortunately, it was going parallel. Imagine if they were coming head on. These vehicles would not have survived. Because the speed at which they were driving and where we saw them and we had to just move off the road was in a curve.
So what does, I mean, we need to set the record straight here. We need to know who is wrong and who is right. Are they right in speeding like that? Or we are wrong in being in the road when they are speeding and they are coming in?
You see, on our rural roads, You find cattle, which we've shown. It's only in TV Africa here that we show it as it happens. Head-on collision with cattle. Okay? Now, we've shown these things. And you have cattle all over the country uncontrolled. No one is actually checking who is leaving cattle to hit the road.
Not even just the rural areas here in Accra.
Here in Accra, we've shown it several times. Now, the thing is, cattle could cross. Drunks could cross. I'm telling you, I have no idea how many near misses we've seen. Drunks are all over. Okay, so these people, that's their life. The community is not able to control them. They'll be on the road. If you are not driving that fast, you can control it. But imagine you're driving so fast at that speed, sometimes over 160 kilometers per hour, and you see such a thing.
But somebody will say that the president needs to be protected.
The president was not even in that convoy. The president was flying, and these people were just driving to go and meet him. And look, you can drive in a convoy. How do they do it in Europe and America? And these are the people that are targets. They don't do that. When Trump is going somewhere, how is it done? They don't drive recklessly. And some of these people is just to show off, some kind of show off. You see, I am a rider since 1982. I've traveled all of Ghana before some of these police officers started riding. Okay? I know what safe riding is. There's something we call pachanga, when you bang the bike, that kind of thing. It's showmanship. You see them doing it when they shouldn't be doing it. And then when you crash, you want to be given a state barrier.
I even have a problem with them, crossing red lights just because they're in uniform.
One time I saw one on the phone when I asked him, a junior officer constable, I asked him, why are you on the phone? He said, don't you know I'm a police officer? That's what he told me. And I said, come on. They do that. This morning when I was coming, an inspector had a scooter. He was wearing a crash helmet. He had his child's bag here, and then the child was there in front, a little child like 3 years old.
Without helmet.
I was worried. He was standing. In fact, the child was standing on the scooter. Please, Inspector. So what is wrong with us? We induce some of these crashes. The National Road Safety Authority is doing its best. But if we have this attitude, where we just feel like, well, because I'm wearing a uniform, I can do what I want to do. And then somebody who is checking the driver that is drunk. Many of the accidents, the crashes, I get there and I ask the police, have you checked this man for alcohol? Because smelling of alcohol, they are not interested in that. Because these are the cases, crashes, definitely is juicy. The man out there in uniform can get something, something small. So they don't really check these real issues. And we are seeing too many of these on the road. I mean, just in 1 week.
Just in 1 week.
And
5.
These are terrible. Okay, head-on collision. And all these crashes I'm talking about is head-on. Head-on. Why should it be happening? Think of the number of lives that are lost. Going to funerals, weekends, worse. One person is buried, 10 more will have to die, and they also have another funeral. Go to the morgue, Accra. You have more heads there than ambulance. I counted them last time, 40.
Whoa.
And then we are looking for ambulance per hospital when the ambulances are turning to heads because funerals sell. We talking to one another about road safety, taking care of ourselves, vehicles that are overloaded, checking that we don't care. But once there is a funeral, we will all contribute to the funeral because there will be food to eat, free alcohol, and they will be breaking our backs, dancing. Why do we care for the dead than the living? So when we continue with this attitude, I'm telling you, every week we'll be burying more than saving.
That is Kofi Amwa for you, and he is always on the road, and we are trying to fight all these road carnages. We need to get our lives saved, and it starts from us. I mean, the police out there, you need to do something about it. I personally have an experience where I met a police driver. He was also on the phone. I rolled and I said to him, "Oh, phone so na me na me wo phone so anka best stop your sin anka day." And I'm saying, "Sir, see, what are you teaching us? It starts from you. It starts from me. Let's get Ghana to work again." Thank you so much, Mr. Kofi Amwa.
Thank you.
We can make Ghana better. We'll be right back.
So kind, Kumasi magazine, I hope me turn crazy, and so abide on me, abide on me, Musumu Donati, I go love I'm gigantic, Messi abide on me, yeah, down the chain elastic, a two friend of bombastic, as I'm a task into Babamica, who are doing Muntumina, who hear Ningina Mapipa, Ningina Mapipa, bad on the way.
The month of October is definitely Mental Health Awareness Month. And so I have with me Abraham Norman Norte, who is the University of Health and Allied Science, President of Mental Health and Wellbeing Foundation, and also Divine Kporha, who is a nurse and mental health advocate. And we are talking about mental health promotion and suicide prevention. You have a program coming up. Let's first talk about your program. I'm coming to you first, Kporha.
Okay, thank you very much. The name is Kporha.
Kporha. Kporha.
Yes,
So why do you call it Kporha? Kporha.
Kporha.
I like your name though.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we are from the Mental Health and Wellbeing Foundation, a charity organization established in the year 2013, doing a lot of advocacy work for persons living with mental disabilities, trying to eschew the attitude of we Ghanaians and young people stigmatizing persons who have suffered mental disabilities. And we've been doing this for about the past 7 years. And this year, as you rightly said, 10th October of every year is Mental Health Day. So we have started a lot of awareness creation already. We've started with mental health screening, where we have a lot of students and a lot of health professionals, persons who are working in other sectors of this country, seeking mental health care at the whole teaching hospital in the Volta region. So we have other programs that will be coming up, and I think Norman would.
Yeah, Norman, I think you should take it from there.
Yeah, currently also, last from the beginning of this month, that is 1st October, we initiated a lot of activities, that is social media awareness, and hopefully on the 10th of October, we'll be having seminars across the country, one of which will be happening at Ola Senior High School and also Jimpa. So, and other hospitals as well. This seminar is just necessitated just because of the increasing phenomenon of mental disorders, more especially suicide. You know, coming from the beginning of this year, we've heard about a lot of cases of suicide.
Especially in the universities.
In the university, most of them are the youth, and more focus must be put on there. So we decided to embark on the counseling and information section for students across the country. And so basically that is what necessitated our seminar.
Right. So the seminar, what are we supposed to expect?
Okay, you should expect that we would train a lot of young people on what they need to know on first aid in mental health. You meet a colleague, you chance on a colleague who has suicidal thoughts, who have shown signs and symptoms of suicide, somebody who is always happy, but all of a sudden the person has, gone into the depressive mood. Yeah. The person that you see always socializing with his or her friends, now isolating him or herself. These are persons that you think they are on the verge of committing suicide. And what you should do as a young person to be able to save life, because what we are doing this year is purely about suicide prevention then saving lives. Right. So they are coming basically to learn about the first aid that everyone should know, the ALGI postulate, where A stands for you approach, assess, and assist. Then the L stands for you listen non-judgmentally. Then G stands for you give support. The E stands for you encourage professional help. Then the last E stands for encourage other support and other things that they will be learning on that day.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, and we know that it's going to be a good one. My guests have been Abraham Norman Norte and also Divine Kporha. We hope you have enjoyed the show today. Where you go out there, tell a friend to follow us on all our social media handles, which is TV Africa GH across board. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well to watch the whole show. The show is still on Facebook, so do as well to share and let everybody on your timeline watch us as well. We love you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Rosalind Felly. Till tomorrow, we say goodbye.